Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper, and today we're going to be playing some Timber and Stone, Islay Season 3, version 1.7. We have updated from 1.6.3 to the latest build of Timber and Stone 1.7. It's pretty fantastic. They've added a bunch of new things, including this annoying fog of war. Yeah, so we can't see where the enemies are coming from anymore, which is a little bit annoying. They've also added a bunch of other things, including migrating the enemies' previous AI to sort of the newer version that our migrants have been using for the longest time. So now they're actually challenging and a little bit smarter than they were before. A little bit annoying. There we are. They've also improved the invasion mechanics at the same time, which basically means that depending on what day you're on, and I think it might also be determined on how many migrants that you have, is how many enemies that spawn. It's a little bit it's a little bit difficult to deal with, especially if they're going to spawn over here. I mean, I'm not really worried that much. People have said it's significantly harder. Even sort of mega builders that are on the Timber and Stone forums are having trouble and are only just making it to day 50 alive. So I'm not sure how we're going to really fare against the undead hordes. Maybe the necromancers are coming. Okay, remember in Season 2, the necromancers did attack and successfully defeat our base. Maybe we can hold them off this time with this fantastic wall. I don't really know. Maybe we'll get lucky. What it does mean, though, is we're going to need to actually play Timber and Stone again. I know that might sound a little bit weird, but we haven't really been playing Timber and Stone the way the devs have necessarily been intending. As in, we have to actually defend ourselves properly now, instead of like having half-built walls and all this lack of health and safety and only like a few soldiers to sort of keep this iron gate alive. It's not really an iron gate. I was going to say something. The hot gates, that's it. The hot gate's alive. But then again, because of the improved AI, the only thing I'm really worrying about are spiders, because they can climb our walls anyway. So the matriarch's going to become a bigger problem, because I don't think she can be killed with the water bug anymore. I'm pretty sure that won't happen. Although, then again, it will, because my migrants can't do any damage underwater. So maybe that will change. I'm not too sure yet. We'll have to see if she is still influenced by the water bug. Hopefully she is. So we don't have to deal with that mess. If not, though, we will need to prepare ourselves by hiring a bunch of new soldiers / mercenaries, like more archers to sort of hang around on the walls, more soldiers to sort of scout around the map. We need to try and move all these logs into the inside of our keep. I don't want any lumberjacks to fear for their lives anymore, so we're just going to plant a bunch of trees on this area right here. And hopefully things will go well from that point on. I'm not sure how many leaves we actually have, or saplings, really. Let's just double check. There should be 58, so we're pretty good in that regard. We'll just plant 58 more trees and use that for the time being. We're not going to bother going outside to chop down our trees anymore, unless we're desperate. Of which case, we can probably get some guard posts set up. And that sort of fun stuff should take place. Also, the AIs now have sort of a faction-based AI, or the enemies have a faction-based AI, so they will interact with one another in a different way. So the skeletons will actually try and kill the wolves, and the wolves should also try and kill the skeletons, that kind of thing. So we've got a little bit of a bonus in that regard. We can at least try and get them to fight each other before we start fighting against them, and hopefully we'll end up fighting ourselves. I have noticed that some of the soldiers right here, not soldiers, some people have the good vision trait, and that actually that actually serves a purpose in the world because it increases their field of view with the fog of war, which is pretty fantastic. If we just check, is it Neria? No, you're actually lazy and you've got a weak back and cowardly. Wow, all your traits are horrible. There we go. Good vision with Renson right there. We should probably get Renson out here just to sort of show off the difference right here. And as you can already see, they've got a very large vision, which means we're probably going to have to sort of start setting up people as archers that are already sort of at a decent vision. As you can see, that is huge. A very good vision right there. But if you check out someone like this lumberjack over here, which we need to change from a lumberjack, to be honest with you, because, well, then again, if we're going to stop chopping down trees, I guess I don't really mind. Well, stop chopping down trees on the outside of our keep, then I guess I don't really mind. But as you can see, I think they've got bad vision. There you go. Significantly smaller. That really is significantly smaller right there. That's actually quite ridiculous. In fact, we should probably just test how far away this is. So we'll say this is the starter block. Let's see. That's about 20 blocks of a radius right there. Yeah, I'd say 20 blocks. And then we go over to the wider or good vision person right here. I'm not sure what the standard is, but if this is about 40... Yeah, that's about 40. So it works in tens by the looks of it. or 20s or 10s, whatever. So this is about 40, I would say, sort of round it up all the way around. And I guess a normal person probably has a field of view of 30. And I'm just getting the numbers right here. And let's see. Yeah, 30. And I think that person doesn't have any buffs or debuffs. Yep. So there we go. 30 for standard, 20 for bad vision, 40 for good vision. The good vision's very good because it means that we'll be able to sort of a little bit more time to deal with wolves. It doesn't really stop us from sort of getting away from a wolf pack because their aggro range is much further than even people with good vision. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful with our migrants running around. But we do have a wall, so I'm feeling pretty safe. I don't think they can actually climb up here. The only thing I'm really worrying about when it comes to the back is if our farmers start aggroing the wolves again and just sort of walk the way around the entire keep, go all the way around here to try and kill whatever enemy that's trying to eat them. That would be unfortunate if that does take place. And as you can tell from my voice today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a lot to talk about, and I'm mumbling, and I'm excited. I am excited, okay? I feel good. It feels like a fresh game again, which is fantastic. Not to get me wrong, I have been enjoying the game, but still, it's nice to have a little bit of change here and then. Bit of extra challenge. Some people have said that I'm going to die pretty much straight away. I agree with them. I do agree with them, but we will give it our chance, or give it our all, as it were. I'm hoping that we just really have to defend this gate. If that's the case, I feel pretty content, to be honest with you, because, I mean, I could just manage them, and we might be able to survive. The only thing I can't see us surviving against are the matriarchs. If there's, like, a bunch of matriarchs that spawn, then GG at that point. I won't be happy with that being the case if there is a possibility for more than one matriarch to spawn, because they are overpowered, to be honest with you, even for late game tech. But that is my personal opinion. Maybe they've been nerfed. Hopefully they have, because they're just not fun to deal with. In general, when it's actually hand-to-hand combat, at least some people will definitely die, even if they have endgame gear. But I'm not too sure, okay? I mean, well, I am pretty sure, but things may have changed. I'm not really too sure. I gotta stop saying I'm not really too sure. Also, the game speed is... Don't worry, I'm gonna start playing in a minute. There's lots of things to talk about. The game speed has been improved. As you can see, it feels a little bit faster now. Just a smidge bit. Does it, actually? They did say the game speed values have been slightly tweaked, just to sort of increase the pace of the game. I think it's very slight, but good enough, I would say. Just adding a little bit extra right there. Hopefully, lights are not bugged. We're about to find out, actually. I think lights are... They're not on right now. Oh, they've been changed, though. That's quite nice. They can actually look good in the world now. Interesting. Can we just light this up and see if the light bug still exists? Yep, it still exists. That's very annoying. Oh, God. Hope they fix that. That's the only reason why I don't like nighttime, because these lampposts are really annoying with their emittance. Fortunately, though, it doesn't seem as bad. It still seems pretty bad, like the sun is being generated from these lampposts. But I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it. If we only have them on at night, that should be good enough for us. Nighttime, hopefully, isn't anywhere near as dark as it previously was. If that ends up being the case, I'm just going to get the light time mod again, because nighttime is not very fun to deal with, especially since the lamps are just so oddly bugged out when it comes to the lights. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's all. Oh, no, yeah, and the sleep times. No, did I already mention that? I didn't mention the fact that they have to actually sleep on a bed now. They don't sleep on the floor. So I'm pretty sure we have enough beds to sort of give them, or enough beds to go around. We got like a bunch of beds over here for our stonemasons. That's fantastic. We got a bunch of beds over here for our farmers. Yep, there should be more than enough for all of them. I think so anyway. And then as for everyone else, we're going to have to actually start sort of adding some interior decorating to our houses, including beds. I think every house at the moment should probably have 2 beds in it, just because it's easier for them to get around. And also because it's going to take us a little while to actually give a bed for each and every person if we're only going to have 1 bed for 1 resident. There we are. We should probably get that sorted out. Also, the inn. We're going to try and get that done today. But first, we need to get the more important things done, which is to actually set some people as soldiers and get a lot more resources with our miners over at the mine right here. It means we have to set up some guards, get them posted over here, maybe actually set up sort of our mining location right here. Make sure we get like a nice tower in, some walls, something like that set up. We'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to that. Let's actually start playing Timber and Stone, the land of Islay. Okay, fantastic. All right, let's get the game started right here. So we currently have 1 archer, Carl, right here. 2 soldiers and 2 more soldiers. All right, the merchant's actually selling stuff now. The merchant is meaning to buy 3,494 cotton for 70 coins. I see they haven't changed the merchant trading system. Great. There we go. How much cotton do we actually have? That might have been an alright deal, depending on sort of... Yeah, that would have been half of our cotton for that much. What the f... They need to change the trading system. It's just completely out of our favor. It's so bad. I guess we don't necessarily need all that cotton, but I'm not going to give him that. Just out of spite. Yeah, out of spite, because that's a ridiculous deal for him. Very good in his regard right there. Now, we do need to probably change our Fletcher, because they have good vision, into a archer. I think we do need sort of maybe 2, 3 more archers. Well, not 3 more archers, but maybe we'll find 2 archers that are of good vision and just sort of make sure we actually use their traits to our thingamajig. The merchant is willing to buy 739 animal hair. No. To our advantage is the word I was looking for just then. Look, I'm having trouble finding words right now, although they have a level 20 trader. Oh, that is really annoying. Of course you have to be... Not trailer. Tailor. I'm not sure what's wrong with me today. I'm having a lot of trouble. Sleep. Rest when health is below 80%. So there actually is a marker for this now. That's fantastic. So they will just go to bed if they are at a certain health. That's very nice to see. Let's see. What's your archery? Level 2 archer. I mean, I kind of want to change you into an archer, to be honest with you. I mean, you're charismatic, which would probably make you a much better trader. That's a good point. Is our trader charismatic? I'm pretty sure they are. Yep, charismatic, overeater, and a quick learner. So that's pretty cool. Quick learner is a very useful trait as well for a trader, since they don't actually get to gather as much XP, since their trading abilities are quite limited when there are no traders. Let's see. So, we got a good vision guy right here, but I think I'm just going to go through the names list, I think, first. Actually, I don't think I should do it right here. Let's see. It's like, is this key? I haven't done this in a long time. Right, so we got cowardly, athletic. Some people have, like, no traits whatsoever. Nelia is just, like, terrible all around. Eos right here, hard worker, disloyal. I'm not sure how the disloyal trait works. But maybe we'll find out if it's actually got any interactivity with the game whatsoever. Maybe they start killing our guys and form their own faction. I don't really know. Hopefully not. Spectre right here. Charismatic, clumsy, weak back. Nope. No one. Wow, you got a lot of stuff, apparently. Lots of sort of no traits going on. Another good vision. That's Rensin again. So we've just got the one good vision right now. All good vision from one of our farmers. I think, yeah, farmer's good enough to change. They've got a strong back, which is a bit annoying, but I would need to use these good visions to our advantage. Man, do we really want archers or just... I think it's probably better just to have soldiers, to be honest. I think archers are just not that great, especially if we're going to be dealing with close-range combat predominantly. Archers are alright if we're definitely going to defend the walls, but in all honesty, I don't think the archers are really going to work well on a heightened surface or at elevation when trying to fire against other targets. I just don't think they're going to get the shots. So we're just going to go ahead and change you, Cantle. You've been a farmer since day 1. Well, probably not day 1, but ever since you came over here. He came up to the barracks. He was like, I want to change things. Give me a weapon. I will fight by your side, Usk. And Usk was like, yes, we will take you in. Fine, sir. Currently, a squire, I would say. Look at them. They look fantastic. Now, obviously, we don't want to change all of our farmers into soldiers. Right now, we'll probably need to set up, like, we'll need to get a new farmer anyway. We could do that. We've got, like, a bunch of miners and builders that don't really have any proper jobs because they're miners or builders. Not saying that they are not useful. In fact, they're some of the most useful characters that we have, or professions that we have. But, you know, we're doing a profession change right now. The game is paused because I don't want to get attacked, so I want to get everything set up first. Standard guard position would be quite nice, and also I would like you to go to the combat training dubbies. Well, actually, I'd rather you do that first. That'd be pretty great. Now, as for mining, we're going to have to go ahead and change all of our builders into miners and start gathering a bunch of materials. So let's see. Miner. Do apologize for those that wanted to see a lot more building. We'll get there eventually. We just need to sort of set up and get ourselves in a comfortable area of the game where I feel safe enough to sort of let the game run itself while I do all my building and all the random stuff like that. So there we go. That's fantastic. I will try and get a bunch of sort of interior decorating done, but that's much easier to do, and also I think we only need carpenters for that. So we're pretty much good to go as far as I'm concerned. We'll keep 3 builders Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll keep 3 of those builders alive. Now, we're still looking around for new soldiers and all that stuff. We'll keep 1 archer, like I said, just because I think it's a sort of a nice little idea. Especially if we want to kill a necromancer. I think they're pretty good against necromancers. Oh, actually, I didn't think about that. Necromancers don't actually fire fireballs at your dudes anymore, but they will sort of arbitrarily fire one at sort of a random surface or anything like that, including, I might add, spreading it across our walls and burning everything to the ground. I don't think they changed that. Hopefully they do in the future, because it's very annoying, especially when they somehow end up burning down stone. Just a little bit weird. But there we go. We'll find out. Hopefully we don't actually ever find out. Right. Let's not show that. Well, actually, I'd rather show designations just to help out with the roads. Okay, so let's go back onto the list. Do I have to do it the hard way again? I say the hard way. We have to go through all of the names again because I ended up sort of talking about a bunch of stuff. Where am I going? Okay, here we go. Right. Strong, athletic, clumsy, strong back and charismatic on Claire the Stonemason. I can see you sort of doing a good job. We'll keep an eye open. Quick learner, bad vision. That's a good point, actually. Before I forget, let's make sure that we stop him cutting down loads of wood right here. I'm not feeling safe anymore, so make sure we go to RTS mode. Alright, there we are. The game does feel a lot smoother, but we are paused right now, so I guess that makes sense. But even then, in paused, we're getting a good 60 frames per second. Of course, I'm not recording in 60 frames because it's sort of pointless when the game's actually running. We get about 20. But that's fine. The game does feel like it's had a bit of a performance increase, and as well as it should. Are we cutting these trees down? Looks like we are. We are. Why the hell are we cutting these trees down? Okay. Well, we'll ignore it for the time being, I suppose. I imagine there's a bunch over here we're trying to cut down. Oh, this one, I think. Yeah. It's really hard to tell. They're just sort of a very sort of slightly darker shade. No, not that one. I think we're all good. Just keep looking around right here. I think we're fine. Oh, I think that tree right there. Yep. I think we're good to go from that point on. We are going to go ahead and start planting some new trees as well. Lots of multitasking right now of what we're trying to do right here. Let's go over to our... What is it in? I think it's an object. Objects. I was going to say objectives there. Decor and trees. There we go. So we're just going to just sort of randomly or sporadically place them around. We do have 58 or something of them. And I was going to use this land for something else, but to be honest with you, I'm not too sure what to use it for. So we're just going to have it be our nice little new tree farm. It's currently sort of surrounded in stone, which is a little bit annoying, but oh well. We can chop that up later on. Not chop it up. I mean, we're not going to chop people into pieces or anything like that. And that's not what I'm trying to say. We're going to mine it up. That's what we're going to do. I always get them confused. I always say, let's mine up trees and chop up stone. Why do I get them like the opposite way around? My mind works in opposites half the time. I'm not too sure why. Right, so we're just going to keep planting until one of these trees becomes yellow. There we go. Although some of these seedlings would be actually, that's a good point. We want to keep some of them for aesthetical purposes. I think that's pretty good, though. So we're going to go ahead and let our lumberjacks do their job. Before we finish off with that, how many lumberjacks do we have? We have 3. Okay, so we have Chloe, the warrior. I think Chloe, the warrior, should actually become a warrior now. I think that makes a lot of sense. What are your traits? Athletic. I think that's good enough. You know, Chloe, you're a level 20 lumberjack. Don't get me wrong, but you have sort of decent vision, and you're the warrior. You killed someone, I think it was a skeleton or something, as a lumberjack. So I think you're a perfect example of militaristic prowess. That's what I was trying to say right there. I sort of, like, gulped. It was very strange. Anyway, more right here. Let's see. You've got, you're cowardly. I don't really want to bother with cowardly. I have to imagine that does actually mess with morale, so I'm going to leave that. And look at all the dummies that we have. See? I made these for a good reason. It wasn't just to level up one of our engineers. Right. Let's go back onto the list. We'll start with Chloe. We'll jump over to you. And we'll start checking up more people on their traits. Athletic, lazy, overeater. Let's just look for a good one. So I have to read them all. Oh, good vision on roll right there. I think that's good enough. I know you're cowardly. I don't want to... Actually, if you're cowardly, I think you'll be a good archer if you're cowardly. I don't really want to mess with more than one archer, though, to be honest. But we can have an archer on the wall. I think that's really it. I just like the idea of having some archers sort of hanging out on the walls, especially over here. So you know what? We're going to have you as an archer just because you're not really doing anything else. And I want to use that good vision to its sort of, what was I going to say? To my... I said this a little while ago, and the words sort of disappeared from my mind. But oh well. We'll also make sure... I missed right there. Archer... Where are you, Ral? There you are. Roll. We'll make sure that you're actually learning how to use the bow and arrow. Train at archery targets. Fantastic. Are these actually going to be built back? Just double check. Yep, rebuild when destroyed. That's the same with those two dummies over there. Hopefully none of these are going to be rebuilt. Fantastic. Although, then again, it would be kind of nice just to keep our engineer sort of leveling up. But we're going to have so many soldiers sort of leveling up. I don't think it's something that we need to worry about too much. Right, is wheat really still a problem? Not at the moment, but I have to imagine eventually it's going to become a little bit annoying to deal with. Right, we'll go back to... We have to keep jumping around, don't we? We're probably going to go over a few people that we've already been over before. He's a hard worker, but he's clumsy, charismatic, quick learner, overeater, cowardly. I'm just sort of filling the void at the moment. Strong back, overeater, sluggish. Sluggish, I guess, means you're slow, which makes sense. Can we actually test that? I always like to... I just want to see if that's actually the case. If we move you down here, Farkas... Then again, you're both wearing different armors, I have to imagine, so I can't really test it. It would be nice if I could, like, sort of drag them, or at least put them in hotkey control groups, just so that I didn't have to sort of individually select them, which is sometimes a pain in the ass, and move them around. I'm just saying, a little bit of user-friendly interactivity right there. Anyway, go back to you, and we'll go through the list. Oh, good vision on Kenneth right there. He's a hard worker as well. Overeater is a bit annoying, because it means they go back to eat food quite a lot, I believe. But I want to use that good vision to our advantage. I think that was the word I was trying to look for a second ago. So we're going to go ahead and have you be a soldier. Let's see. Infantry right there. Frontline infantry. And make sure you actually start learning to combat the enemies. Now, as for miners, we're going to have to turn 2 of you into farmers, since we have just taken 2 of our farmers away. Let's see. We got you, Cameron. You're athletic. I might have you be a soldier at some point. You've got a strong back and you're overeater, Seaboy. So you're going to have to go ahead and be a farmer. Just because of the strong back, I think it means you can carry more. Let's see. Farmer. Where am I going right now? I've not turned someone into a farmer for a long time. You're already level 3 farmer, so that's good to see. Liam, you're lazy and clumsy. I'm not sure. Then again, you're not really going to be a good miner, are you, if you're lazy? I'm not sure what lazy really means, but maybe they sit down a lot when they should be working. Islay, we're going to keep you as a blacksmith. Athletic right there. Hard worker. Disloyal. I think that's a good minor trait, to be honest with you. Colby, clumsy but a quick learner. I think you'll be a good farmer. There we are. Level 1 farmer. Fantastic. Do apologize for some people that didn't want to be farmers, but this is for the good of the land, right? Okay, this is all good. We have a conscription thing going on, okay? Oh, we can hire anyone to be, well, anyone that was born or is put into the world has signed up some sort of service draft thingamajig, where they have to be put into arms whenever we require it, which is fantastic. Anyway, the merchant is willing to buy 161 fat for 4 coins. I can make my own coins. Why is it so bad? Literally, I can make my own coins. It really should be better than this. The merchant is willing to sell 14 seedlings for 28 coins. I think seedlings are important. Then again, I think I just sold him seedlings. Is that what happened just then? I don't think so. Yeah, I just got loads more seedlings. There we go. The merchant is willing to sell 53 timber for 16 coins. Not really. We got loads of timber. We are fine where we are currently at. The game is sort of running right now. We only have 2 lumberjacks, but I'm pretty sure if we're going to have our wood so close to each other, that's pretty much all we're really going to ever need. We're leaving all that wood out here for the time being. And all of our soldiers are currently training, learning even, the way of the sword. As for all our miners, we'll keep them doing their own thing. Now, how many soldiers do we currently have? I think we have 7 and 1 archer. Do we change? Oh, no, we may have 2 archers. Yeah, we definitely got 2 archers. Let's see. We got Roll right here, level 1 archer. And Carl White, level 11 archer. So Carl's going to be teaching Roll the way of the bow. And as for our soldiers, let's see. Infantry. Frontline infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 soldiers. I think we'll go for magic number 8, just because I feel a little bit confident with that. That means we can have 2 squads and sort of throw them around the world as we please. Right, so let's go around the shop again, or roster, and see who is going to be the next candidate for our soldier. Well, who's going to be the next candidate for our military service. Hard worker, quick learner, able... You're a carpenter. I think you're too good to change at the moment. Hard worker, cowardly. No, you're cowardly, I'm afraid. Is that FRL? Yeah, obviously. Z903, I just can't change you from a farmer, my friend. You're doing too much right now. You're a good farmer. You've been here since the beginning. But then again, you might want to go outside and start doing your own stuff again. Maybe it's about time that Z903 actually does some stuff. Don't get me wrong. At first, he was sort of running around and gathering berries and killing wild animals. And after that, he settled down. He's got kids now. He's farming. He's a robot, but he's got kids somehow. Z903. You know, we'll worry about that later. So I can't do it. Sniper, it would make sense to turn you into an archer, wouldn't it? You are already a level 4 archer. That's a good point. Maybe I change you into an archer. But then again, you haven't got good vision. And I'm mostly going to use archers for sentries. But yeah, a good archer. Yeah, we probably could do with another archer. But then again, you haven't got any good traits. You haven't got any traits. So what I want to do is have maybe one archer right. Actually, one archer there is not going to make a difference. I think one archer along here. One here. And that's really it. I mean, having one right there might be a good idea. We'll have food next to them, obviously, so they can do their own thing. I mean, one right here would make sense, but we've already sort of got some vision. And really, the necromancer can't actually shoot at our walls from here, because he might be able to if he lands on this, but I don't think he can swim anyway. So we're pretty much good to go. We'll be lucky if the necromancer spawns there. That'd be fantastic. We'll leave Necromancer Island to the masses, unless he starts sort of randomly throwing fireballs our way. That'd be quite unfortunate. I think we're all good, though. Sniper, man, I really do want to turn you into an archer. I think we're just going to have you be a soldier, though, Sniper. I'm very sorry. You probably want to be an archer. It does make sense. But just archers are... I just don't know. I don't like them that much. I think it's mostly because of the friendly fire capabilities of the archer. Many times, an archer has accidentally shot someone because one of our soldiers had walked in front of them. It's not the archer's fault. Sometimes it is, but for the most part, it's not. It's actually the soldiers just stupidly walking in front of the line of fire. That's fine. Okay. So that's good. We'll make sure... Actually, I don't think I did. We got Farkas right there. Where are you, Sniper? That's a good point, because I didn't tell you... Yeah, we've got Rawhite right here, which I need to tell him to train at the archery post. There we are. So, can you actually go and train? That'd be great. We probably don't have enough bows. That's a good point. We need to get a lot more stuff, which is a good idea. We may also need to get a bunch of... Oh, the lighting in there is a bit weird. I mean, that's fine, I suppose. Oh, yeah, the lighting in there is actually bugged. It looks good from a distance. But if I were to actually see it without it being covered, it probably would look a little bit strange. That's a shame. It's fine. We'll have to sort of plot a bunch of lights around here. We'll have to get used to that. Have to get used to the random light bugs. It's alright. It's only during nighttime. I've been paused a lot at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize about that. We're doing a lot of random things. I keep apologizing for it. Look, I'm just saying, I'm not great when it comes to progress. Takes me a little while. Okay. So our soldiers, we currently have 8 of them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we are. Fantastic. I think Sniper is the latest addition right here. And we need to make sure that we actually teach him the ways of combat. Right then. And let's double check what we actually have in our armory. Let's go to weapons. So we have enough blades for everyone, and enough composite bows, which is nice to see. Plenty of arrows. We just need to tell them what to wear. That's a good point. I forgot about that. So we need to go over to Sniper right here, and pretty much just tell him to wield whatever he can. It would be great if there was if they actually just wear whatever they wanted when it came to their actual class, instead of actually doing this stuff in the background. Maybe they do, but I never feel like that's actually the case. So one sword should be good enough, and then just sort of all the heavy variants of armor. There we are. No light boots, heavy boots. Get all the heavy stuff on. I think that's it. Oh, and of course a shield. So that's all fine. We'll get them to wear all that stuff. And that should be good enough. Hopefully good enough. Anyway, we've got a bunch of dead spiders around here. Oh, right. We can't actually delete them anymore. Dispose of corpse, please. I'm not sure who disposes of the corpses, but I have to imagine some people do. There we are. No enemies right now. Of course, we can't see them, which is why we have no enemies at the moment. I think I did kill a bunch of them before leveling... Well, before leveling up. Before going into 1.7. So I think at the moment we might be safe. but I'm not too sure. They may have spawned just a second ago, and we're probably about to die. We want to make sure our main battle force, or our main sort of force right here, not battle force, force, and make sure to get a bunch of guard stations as well. Up to 5 each, just so it's a little bit random.